Atlassian says they have launched an investigation after a group called SiegedSec announced on their Telegram channel and their hacking forums that they had, quote, hacked the software company Atlassian. Now, SiegedSec has claimed a lot of stuff, but they claim to be a hacktivist organization in the past, and I got some more information on that in a second. To prove the claim on Atlassian, they made 35 megabytes of files public, which included 2 image files that were floor plans of the Atlassian building in San Francisco and the building in Sydney, Australia, and a file with information about 13,000 Atlassian employees, which included their names, email addresses, and phone numbers. So if you do work for Atlassian, you may want to watch out for spear phishing type attacks as well. Atlassian is still performing their investigation, but said, and this was their statement, it appears the data was stolen from the workplace platform Envoy, which is used at Atlassian to coordinate in-office resources. Now, Atlassian said that product information and customer data was not at risk in this attack. Now, Envoy sort of seemed to bristle at this, and I think everybody made true statements, and I will explain. Envoy said that it was not hacked, but that they were investigating the incident. But they went on to say there was no evidence that they had been breached, and Larry Gadea, who is the founder of Envoy, said that what happened, that they think what happened was an API key associated with Atlassian was used to access the data. And there's honestly nothing they could do about that, because if somebody has your API key, then that's what Envoy does. And so, we all know about these API key thefts, and if somebody gets your API keys, so you should change them regularly. If somebody gets them, they have access to the data that Envoy provides you via API. SiegedSec, if you've never heard of them, I had heard of them before. They've been around since February 2022, and they have targeted dozens of organizations around the world, defacing websites, hijacking online accounts, and leaking data. The leader of SiegedSec is reportedly a person called Anon Wolf, and they have used a lot of crazy slogans and stuff that are like, one of their slogans is TEH, lulz continues. They also have a slogan that says gay furries pwn you, hack the planet, and so forth. And honestly, their whole operation is a lot like the old school lulzsec type stuff that used to go on. So I'm guessing this is another instance of something like that. I'm not claiming this is lulzsec. I'm just saying that's like that. And much like those previous groups that I actually call mocktivists, not hacktivists, because to me, hacktivists are people that actually have a mission. They say we're for ecology, we're for some political group or whatever. These groups are more like the old school mocktivists that, were hackers that hacked you because you deserve to be hacked kind of ideology. And they're in it for the lulz rather than some higher initiative. And they go after large companies and make fun of them. And so this is a really old school kind of thing to me. I did link in, if you're interested, an older article that is on the site about SiegedSec, if you're interested in reading a lot of details about that group. It was from last year. It'd be a big deal. But I don't know. Nobody had the information on what it says, but you do. So why don't you give us a rundown?
Yeah. And before I do that, you talked about the Atlassian story. I covered that as well. And actually, while I was waiting here to go on with you, they actually sent me an update with the results of their investigation. Cool. If you're interested,
do it. Let's hear it.
Okay. So there was initial confusion about this in the early hours after that it announced. Atlassian had put out a statement that did not directly say that the hack had originated on Envoy systems, but it was phrased in a way where it appeared to lay it at their feet. As you talked about, Envoy came back and said, no, it appears that this was done through another way. So the statement that the Atlassian representative just sent me, we learned that the hacking group compromised Atlassian data from the Envoy app using an Atlassian employee's credentials that had been mistakenly posted in a public repository by the employee. As such, the hacking group had access to data visible via the employee account, which included the published office floor plans and public Envoy profiles of other Atlassian employees and contractors. They disabled that account, and they say that has prevented the pilfering of any more Envoy data. And they said that I reiterated that product and customer data was not accessible via that app. So it doesn't appear that there was a breach of Envoy or of Atlassian systems here. It was someone stole a valid credentials of an Atlassian employee and logged in and pilfered the stuff.
Well, yeah,
so
and, I just wanted to say that. Those lulzsec type groups, they really do tend to exaggerate what they have access to. I mean, their whole point is to make fun of you, so they tend to, really, really play up any kind of little thing like that. So that's great information. Thanks for the update.